the right page.
Yeah, it's just came up on my phone there, so it has.
It's not coming up on the... Why is this not coming up on that? That's not coming up on the... I don't know where it's coming up. But we are live, apparently. I'm not seeing it.
It came up on my phone there on the YouTube app. I just seen it go live there because I subbed the channel and everything.
I saw that. But why is it not coming through the live settings that I've got here? It's still not coming through.
Wait to see, like, the chat will come up and everybody will be going crazy, like.
Well, I think we are live because you got the notification, but it's just the live. Yeah, we are live. Because when I click into another bit of it, it's coming up as live, but I don't know. We've got 3 watching. Excuse me. Good evening, Craig. Good evening, Craig. Click into another bit of it, it's coming up as live, but I don't know. We've got 3. There we go. Yes, Craig. Hi, David. What's happening? So I need to take that out of there. I don't know. There's 2 live pages on the YouTube, so I do apologise, folks. The link for one is gone to the wrong place. So how are we all this evening in chat? Craig and David. We'll get the right chat on the screen for you. And good evening, Ben. How are you?
Not too bad. It's not too bad snow-wise. They say it's going to get a wee bit thicker because we're closer down towards the border direction. And there's ones just over the border that have about 4 inches so far, and there's more still coming down at the minute.
Right. That's not so good.
Yes, it'll be tough to get the motivation to go to college tomorrow. Sort of. I know if I don't go in, I'm kind of in a bad place with one of my tutors, so I have to go in, say hello to him.
That's not so good, being in a bad place with your tutors.
No, it's more about the finger. He's really annoyed that I went and broke it. He's like,
yeah, what sort of idiot goes out and breaks his finger? What are you like?
It was funny how I did it though, because I did it in training, and I remember like going up for the high ball, catching the high ball. It was funny how I did it though. Like, accidentally like hit my ankle in the air, and just falling. Finger hits the ground first. Ground was rock hard. Just felt it snapping and all, and ran into the physio, and she is like, yeah, that's definitely broke. How are you being so calm? I was like, I don't know. She's like, get that x-rayed. So went Friday, 2 weeks, got it x-rayed. Was back in today, seen a doctor about it, and then back in 2 weeks to talk to the hand specialist about surgery and stuff like that there.
Jeegers. And so do you think you're going to need surgery on it, or you're going to get off lightly?
I think I can get off lightly, but I'll have damage to the extensor tendon in my finger, which attaches all the way up your arm to about here. So it inserts in your elbow and has insertion points all over your fingers as well. So it'll be stiff for what they say is about 6 to 8 weeks post break, and then obviously if surgery, it'll be stiff for all summer. Should loosen up nicely just for the start of the season in September, but It's basically a waiting game.
Thomas, all I can say is, oops. Thomas putting. I don't know if you got chat up.
No, I don't have chat up.
Thomas went, not getting any volume, guys. I went, so I asked anybody else not getting volume. They went, never mind. Had YouTube muted. Having chat up's a handy thing to have, you know. You can see what the people are talking to you. Good evening, Colin. How are you, mate? Yeah, that's why we're here, to talk to these ones in the chat room. Me with my Man United mug. Woohoo! You know it's Wayne Rooney. God. It was a present. That's all I can say. It was a present. I wouldn't have bought a mug with Rooney on
it. To be fair, it's nice to see football like doing so well with the entire Gary Neville thing. Did you hear about that there? What he said about all the Arsenal players? Said they're like an absolute disgrace because they basically got thumped by Man City and they're walking all over the pitch. And he said it's a disappointment to be doing that there at Wembley, especially in a final.
Yeah.
Which I agree with him. I was like, you know what? If it's a final and you're losing, you go out, you play the full whatever it is, and you try to win it.
Yeah, Neville might be a bit of a twat at times, but
he's smart though.
He speaks the truth.
Yeah.
So he does. He definitely speaks. You know, he has spoke a lot of sense, and even when he was playing for that wee team in red, he still spoke the truth. Is there anybody in that one? I'm just making sure there's nobody in the other chat room. I don't know why YouTube has decided to do that. Have two places that this can go live. So I must just spam this out into Facebook, just to try and so people know that we are live and they can come in and join us and join the chat. So. Still no vape as yet?
Vape.
How are you coping with no vape?
It's tough. It is really, really tough. I have been tempted to go to the cigs, but I'm like, nah, I can't really go and destroy all the good work that I've done because I'll just end back up at square one again. So I've been just hanging out with my friends who all bring 2 vapes to tack with them, and literally they'll throw me one during the day and I throw it back to them at the end of the day, and then luckily enough I'm getting the Kanger 160 box tomorrow with a 22mm RDA on it, or possibly an RDTA, depending on what my friend's actually putting on it.
Where did I sell it? I got a new toy from the last time I saw you.
What'd you get?
Have you seen that?
No.
That's the Vape V200.
Oh yes, I've seen the video.
Oh, I'm just dripping juice out of it.
I've seen the video Rip Tippers put up about it.
Dick Slippers?
Yeah.
Good evening, Balls. How are you? Yeah, Dick Slippers. We don't call him Rip Tippers. He's a sellout. Absolute sellout, that man. Stopping in, saying hi, got you wrong. Not a problem, Balls. Balls in the USA. He's a student. Mature student, may I add. Yeah, and I did get another toy. Where I said it? Oh, here it is. I've taken it off because I just went back on to put the drop back on top of my G-box, but this is my new toy. Get it right.
Is that the Phobia?
It is the Phobia. It's a... I wouldn't say it is a squonker or a dripper for the faint-hearted, put it that way.
Does it hit like a truck?
No. It's not a bad header, but it's too easy to over drip or over squonk. It makes it pitch. Or if it doesn't, if you don't over squonk, it makes dry hits. Evening, Daniel. But I'll show you what I mean here. You can't really see them because of the coils, but the juice well isn't that deep.
Yeah.
But you've got the airflow that comes up the side here. It hits the coil sideways, but just under that there's another juice well that goes up into the coils.
Yeah.
And it just pumps the juice out of the bottom of it if you don't watch. So I think we'll have to put it into normal dripping mode for a while.
Yeah.
Until I get used to what the dripping is on it.
I think it's everything the Bonza really should have been. Like, don't get me wrong, Bonzas are unreal RDAs and unreal to squonk on, but the juice well was too deep on them, I think. I think the Phobia is a lot better than what the Bonza was.
Well, that was my dilemma on Sunday. Evening VH reviews, welcome. That was my sort of. I was at Red Boy on Sunday.
Yeah.
And where I was sitting, just beside me in the rotating cabinet, there was the Phobia, there was the Bonza. They're all sitting there just going. I was just sitting there at the corner of my eye, I could see them rotating, and I couldn't decide which one to buy. And it was only because the ones in the shop, they said they sort of wanted to see what my views on it would be. So
I had a Bonza, and like, I cannot wait if touch wood I get my hands on a Phobia. I had a Bonza, and the Bonza was brilliant, but I'm tempted to see what the Bonza's like, or no, the Phobia's like.
Get that.
The drop.
Get
I
that.
do.
Get that. Get that is. I got that on the advice of VCR, the Upset Reviews, and as much as I take the pee out of them, it is a great little dripper and squonker. I love it on the G box for a simple reason. To over squonk on this, you have to sit and push the bottle.
Yeah. What's your views on the Pulse BS squonkers?
Hate them.
Are not great.
Don't get me wrong, they are probably great squonkers. I don't personally like them. Good evening, Maggie! Hello! See the way the squonk bottle on this is right on the side? So it's perfectly formed for finger. Straight across finger, your thumb at the back for thumb vaping. Whereas with the blooming Pulse, because it's a square box, like that, you have to bring your finger in round, and then poke it with the tip of your finger. And it's just not a natural angle for me. Bunny's got one. Speaking of Bunny, why is she not in?
I'd love to see me trying to use a Pulse at the minute, like say even like grabbing my friend's RX23 in 2-door mode, like it's a challenge. See when he put the 3-door, the 3 battery mode on, literally like the thing was so close to falling out of my hand, and because he's went and bought the Bravo, I didn't want to break his bubble glass on him, so I just handed him back to him. I was like, I cannot take a hit in that there because I'm not dropping that there, smashing your bubble glass. And I think on the website for the brand new Bravo bubble glass, it was something like £10. And then he said about where he gets his off Amazon, because he can get 2 for I think £4 or something like that there for the bubble glass and stuff like that there. It's crazy.
Bit of a love affair going on here. Maggie's calling everybody honey, loves and everything else, and I said hello to her and she didn't even acknowledge me. Evening, Bunny. How's Bunny? Oh, she said hi to Bunny, but she still hasn't said hi to me yet. Maggie, cheers. And here we go to Love Fest now because Bunny's in. Ah dear. I'm still loving Mackenzie.
Have you seen the Pharaoh Minis?
Yeah. No.
Would you get one?
Yeah.
What about the Carden Minis?
Maybe the Kylan Mini. Yeah, but I don't see the point in the Mini. To be quite honestly, because I'm looking bigger tanks, not smaller tanks.
I think what I'd like to see Vandy Vape do is move into the sub-ohm sort of aspect.
Daniel, Zanyo, even. Now they're taking the pee out of me. Don't worry about it. You're sat in the kitchen and you're cold.
Yeah. I stuck the heat on and I'm waiting on the radiators and stuff to heat up here, so like
Maggie, thank you. Grumpy. That's what I am today. Today, by the way, today is National Grumpy Day. Yeah. And the Grumpy show has been cancelled tonight because it was not meant to be on last night and I had to work late last night. Oh dear. Daniel is just an absolute... Oh, Village in. Good evening, Village. How's thee? So, have you read any vaping and sports related articles recently?
Nothing is really not one-sided. Like, there's stuff out there that it starts off like really, really biased, and then it moves into, you know, oh, but vaping's just this here. It's like a healthier equivalent to smoking, and like it. There's no credible stuff out there. Like they're all basically saying, you know, you can have a really good diet and all this here, but it's all like a lifestyle choice. They're sort of being very one-sided and not looking at the longevity of things. I think where they need to look at is, you know, people who smoke are more likely to get cancer. Like, I think they need to look at it as in, you know, people who vape are like they're openly trying to quit something that is an addiction, which cripples like the NHS, because you see all these people having to go and get lungs taken out. You hear case of emphysema, bronchitis and stuff, and you know, it literally just strains the health industry. Like, the thing that well, what Mum doesn't like is the fact that in her hospital you can walk outside and light up a cig and be completely fine, but if you walk out there with a vape, you'll be told to put it away. You know.
You see, I love things like that. As they just span on the bloody span on the chat. I take that as a personal challenge. So I will vape places where it says no smoking.
Yeah.
And then wait till I'm challenged, and they'll go, you can't vape here. And I'll go, under what regulation are you asking me to stop vaping? And I'll go, I have to smoke one. Oh well, that's fine, because I'm not smoking, and vape away. Because I've actually challenged one place to show me the regulation that they're stopping me from smoking, and they brought me. They weren't going to show me it because I wouldn't have to show you. And I says, well, until you show me it, I'm going to keep vaping. And so they came back down, and it was their no smoking policy that they brought down. Now I went, well, that's grand, because I say I'm not smoking. I am not burning. If you look up the definition of smoking, you know, it's either burning or
inhaling tobacco-based products.
Yeah. I said, well, nothing in my e-cig is tobacco based. I said the only thing you find in my e-cig you'll find in a cigarette is nicotine. And I go, well, nicotine's not a addictive substance in the air. It's only addictive if you ingest or inject.
Yeah.
So I just play with them. I really do.
Yeah.
Because even saying to Bunny there the other night, I'm thinking about doing an open university law degree part time because I couldn't afford to give up work. Oh.
2 seconds, you're right.
Yeah, VH, I am a complete rebel. I had my feet on the chair on a bus.
Hello?
No, there is a rule though. You don't can't have your feet on the bus though. On the train, it's a written rule. No, Craig. All the little symbols that we put up work for anybody, and everybody can put them up. And I will be adding more to them. Get Chris a pug. Yeah, we'll have to talk to Chris about that on Sunday because Chris is a guest on Sunday Vape Show on Sunday, of course. So, but yeah, so on Sunday. But there's 2 shows this weekend. No, buses have them as well. Seats are not for feet stickers. Yeah, they actually have a written rule though. See, Dave. There actually is a written regulation on buses. You don't put your feet on seats. Good evening, John Nash. How are you, sir?
Good morning.
I wonder why I went all quiet there. Yeah, Craig, there's 2 shows. There's one on Saturday and one on Sunday. The one on Saturday, I haven't thought it completely through yet, but I was invited to attend the opening of a new vape bar in Ballymena. Vape club. There's a new vape club opening in Ballymena. Evening, Mark, in Ballymena on Saturday, and I've been invited to the opening event and to do a live show. So from 1 o'clock, at some stage between 1 and whatever time they close at, there will be a live show. If not, just a live stream coming from the shop. The bar, and I will also be on taking questions on chat and everything else. But it hasn't been fully thought through yet to what I'm doing, so it's just off the spec. I was asked to do a live show. Now on Sunday we've got the Sunday Vape Lounge with a special guest, Chris from Empire Vape Company, who's a reviewer with 8,000 plus subs. And he also part owns a vape shop in Liverpool. He's as mad as a hatter. Any of you will, if any of you have watched his vlogs, you will see that he's an absolute funny. He's a funny guy, and he'll be almost funny on himself on Sunday.
Sorry there, Roy. My dad came in just to tell me stuff about work and stuff. They texted him there, and he was just telling me the gruesome details of how much money they've made and lost so far this week. So
he's a farmer, by the way. Yeah, it's intimate. Have you ever watched Chris from Empire?
No, never.
I put a link to his vlog in the Vape Lounge NI and spammed out places like that to get people, because he's a guest on Sunday show.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, watch the vlog. We actually do get the Vape Lounge NI does get a good shout out from him at 32 minutes. He's 8,000 plus subscribers at the moment, and he's crazy. He is crazy. So it should be a good laugh on Saturday with Bunny myself. Sorry, Sunday with Bunny myself, and then on Saturday I'm doing a live opening of a new vape shop in Ballymena.
Seen that there?
Club. Yeah.
It's gonna have tea and coffee and all that there, pool tables, darts.
Beer. There's free beer.
You sold me there.
I can't drink. I can't drink. 1 o'clock in Ballymena, hey. Yeah, he's mental in a mental sick way. Yeah, Craig, totally agree, mate. Totally agree. He is just totally local crazy. So, we quick bit of feedback. I've been playing around with the chat, on-screen chat, folks. How does it look actually on the cast itself? Because we do get, looking back at analytics, we tend to get quite a few people watching the show on replay, and if they can't see the chat, then it sort of makes for dull, because if we're referring to things that happen in chat, they'll be going, what?
Yeah.
I did find one good article.
Did you?
I don't know if it was not really. It's in a way it can be linked to sport. It's from the British Heart Foundation, and they do. They put up. We would not advise non-smokers to take up e-cigarettes, but they can be a useful tool for harm reduction and to stop smoking.
Yeah.
So,
which is nice.
Which is good in a way, but the fact that they lead it with, we would not advise non-smokers to take up e-cigarettes. A lot of people would just read that bit and not read the last part.
Yeah.
After the comma, which they can be a useful tool for harm reduction and stop smoking. That's the bit that gets me. It's how people lead on stories. Even the most positive story can be made to look very negative. So it's, they're going, what else to say here? Dr. Mike Napton, Associate Medical Director of the British Heart Foundation. That's what he says. We would not advise. According to ASH, almost half the UK's 2.8 million e-cigarettes users are former smokers. I would put that higher.
I reckon it's around 75 to 80%.
Yeah. I know one person. I only know one vapor who doesn't smoke but vapes. But they vape for CBD oil.
Which is brilliant. Like, literally. Have you ever tried any of this stuff?
No, I wouldn't. It's just me. Me personally, I just wouldn't. I wouldn't try. I've got medical problems that could potentially affect me in a way that I wouldn't want it
to. I know personally myself, like, I'm not one of these here people who is completely like, oh yeah, let's all like go smoke a joint and all. Like, I'd prefer, like, for me as an athlete, I prefer using the CBD for like recovery and stuff, because it does help with like muscle tissue, like repairs and stuff.
Would that not show up on a drugs test?
Because I'm not playing Ulsters or anything, it's completely legal, and I'm playing amateur rugby, so it is completely legal with the RFU's guidelines and stuff like that there. Which I was shocked at the start. Everybody was like, "Oh, that's definitely like illegal," and then I was chatting with Dad about it. He was like, "Let me look into that there," and he said nothing can happen because it's not aiding you like performance-wise. It's just helping with the recovery. It's basically like taking a protein shake or something like that there.
On this article, just to go back to it, I know it's a bit old, but it's from 2014, and a study in the New England Journal of Medicine. So bearing in mind it's American, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm not. Found that electronic cigarettes may function as a gateway drug that can prime the brain to be more receptive to harder drugs.
And you wonder why there's people like Trump running around. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And then Martin Dockrell, Tobacco Control Program Lead at PHE, said, "We know that cigarettes are probably not completely safe. Okay, it's 98% safer than cigarettes. But that's not the issue. The question is, are e-cigarettes safer than the alternative? And for almost all e-cigarette users, the alternative is smoking. And it's really important that they understand how much safer e-cigarettes are compared to smoking." So, the reason I think I picked this article is because it's the 20,000 deaths from cardiovascular disease every year, and cardiovascular is one of the big things within sport.
Yeah, it's the biggest thing I use to keep me going. Like,
yeah, and people don't realise that athletes in their prime are the most susceptible to any sort of disease or illness that's going around.
Oh yeah.
You put your body into that big a shock at times because of the training you do. And my sister was an international athlete and so in the Commonwealth Games and everything else. But if there was a cold going, she was the first to get it.
It's not even that there. Another thing that really does so many athletes in, especially at my age, is the dieting system. I have a friend who competes in bodybuilding, and for 3 months before competition, he'll be in the gym working out, doing a really good bulk, and then a month out from competition, he'll completely cut his carbs out and will not touch any starchy carbs, any sugar, and you'll literally just see like the weight in him just drop like that there. And I was chatting to him today briefly, and he was about to go and do a workout, and he said he woke up this morning cold shakes and stuff because he's had to cut all the carbs out to look as trim as he can, to like really like go and set down a big stepping stone for him to, obviously he wants to compete professionally. He competed last year in one professional competition, finished 4th. He's going to compete in the same thing this year again, and he genuinely looks like he will win it.
Yeah, well, I work with a guy who's a bodybuilder, and is just watching his diet. And I tell you what, I wouldn't want to clean this cage out in the morning. He was going through 3 chickens a day.
Oh yeah.
3 full chickens every day.
I say if I cared so much about the nutrition as I do for the training aspect, I genuinely, I think I could be a wee bit heavier, but at the same time, this is what my strength and conditioning coaches said: no set athlete's diet is healthy by any pre-medical stuff. So, strongmen, Eddie Hall and all them boys, they need 12,000 calories a day just to do 2 workouts a day.
Well,
and
welcome to my world. I have to eat that to stay this thin. I'm not joking. I'm seriously not joking. I have to eat 12,000 calories a day just to stay this skinny. If I didn't eat 12,000 calories a day, I'd be skinnier than this. I've got a very high metabolism. Look, if I go that way, I can hide behind the G-box.
And the thing is, if you put an athlete who competes in any sport, rugby, professional athletes for rugby eat 6,000 calories a day. Professional footballers eat 5,000 to 5,500 calories a day. See, if you have them on a 2,000 calorie diet or a 2,500 calorie diet, they won't be able to perform. That means they can't play, they can't train. They're more susceptible to injury and stuff like that there. I think
Bunny, what do you mean hollow legs? Sorry. My stomach.
I think if everybody knew what athletes have to do, like just eating wise, I genuinely think they would not care about like if they vape or not. I think people should look and say, right, this guy is the top 1% in his sport. He competes at an elite level. He represents his country. He goes to British and Irish Lions. He plays for a decent club and all that there. Like, I feel like people shouldn't look into other people's like lifestyles and stuff.
There's Village Vapor. He knows one person. He vapes Zero Nick. just to help him lose weight. Yeah, I was talking to one of the senior project managers today at work, and he goes to me, "Oh, you smoke?" I goes, "No, I don't. I vape." He goes, "Oh," like a hat, and he was just sort of asking me what I vape and what I do everything else, and telling him about the shows and everything else, and he's like, "Oh my God, you never thought of doing that as a smoker, would you?" And I'm like, "No, I would never thought of going onto YouTube and going, here, like
GPS and
I
chill.
smoke, I smoke Vincent and Hedges. Whoa, come on!" But so you come on, yeah, look, it's been into the community. So, just Bunny's got her common as muck G class. It is every man and his dog's got one of them these days. But she's got the Valerian on top with the pixie dust from Rude Boy. Well, from them, Bunny. And VH, sure, most footballers still can't compete whether they eat more or less.
Yeah, that is very true, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I don't care about any specific teams or anything like that. They're, you know,
Steve,
they're professional athletes. I give them their respect. Like,
no, we don't give them respect. They get paid well enough to be, you know, I'd be professional innocent if you were paying me that money. If I was getting the money that half what they were getting, I'd be a professional hooer. I would run around naked all day if I was getting the money they were getting.
There's one footballer I like just because he's an absolute unit of a man. Akinfenwa. He plays, I think, championship football. And you should see the size of this guy. Like, he's an absolute machine. You'd think he plays rugby, but he plays football for, like, a championship team. And this man is literally 6'1", and he's built like a brick shithouse.
What, like Stan was?
Yeah.
Oh, Village Vapor has got his G class as well. Common as, well, not as common as Muck. They're just common Village. With the CSMNT HOD and that one. And he's got the drone with the dead rabbit. And he's got cherry cheese. Bunny's not dead. I think she's alive and well in the room. Dead rabbit. I haven't got a dead rabbit. I was going to buy a dead rabbit, and I got the drop instead. And judging by what I've heard, because the dead rabbit came out, everybody was all in awe of it, and absolutely loved it. But to me, this drop is just as much. It's just as good as the dead rabbit. I don't know if I dare show these. This cotton or not tonight. Oh, it's not too bad. But
I like that.
The coils in there, juggernauts. There's juggernaut coils. Because when I was there as well, I don't know, where have I said it? That's why I had it close by. So I was at Rude Boy on Sunday. I brought here. What, this wee thing? It's a wee pack, and it's got performance coils 7-in-1, and it's got 40 pieces in it. So it's got coils and some cotton, not so fussed in the cotton. But the coils you've got juggernauts, you've got chain link, multi-strand fused claptons, frame staples, tri-core fused clapton, and fused claptons. And we see these.
Oh, I like them.
That is the tri-core fused clapton. So I've had these juggernauts. Immense looking. The drop is top 3 RDA in the market. And it is top 3. Yeah, that I would definitely say, Daniel, and it was thanks to you, mate, that put me on to getting that and also supplying it. Look at those things. The juggernauts. I don't know if I take the focus off. Might. The auto focus on. Oh, auto focus off. I can get the focus there. Right, this might. Ooh, more blurry now.
Yeah.
This might pick up better.
Yeah, that is a nice build.
They are immense looking. And then the other ones, the chain link ones, these just look strange. They're not as tight a build.
They look like a spaced coil. If
they're near enough spaced.
Yeah, because they don't look as tight as the Juggernauts or the Tri-Fuse Claptons.
That's the Tri-Fuse Clapton there. It's really tight build.
Yeah.
But they are immense. And it was only 12 quid for that.
That there's actually very, very good value. What do you make of the Lustro by Osmotis?
Don't know what to think of it. Right, Craig's getting a Digiflavor Siren V2 for my first rebuildable mouse to lung, if I can find one. They're all sold out or fake. Yeah, don't get a fake one, Craig. The Siren 2 fakes are bitches, to say the least. Could try Gearbest, take a while to arrive, but they're otherwise pretty good. There's quite a lot of. Just be careful though on Gearbest. You don't get styled. Some of their adverts will say styled.
If you're looking, well, I don't advise going on to Amazon because you can get ripped off and stuff like that there. But I know Vandy Vapes has their own Amazon page where you can buy stuff off there. I'm not sure about with tofu or anything like that there, but I know Smock has one, Wismec has one, Drag, Vape have one.
Well, I tend to go with the ethos of this channel, which is buy local.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, if you can wait, if you're going to be able to wait on something like coming from Gearbest, which can take a while, or next to never to arrive, ask your local shops.
Yeah.
No, I'm not getting a fake. Real ones are only about 30 quid each. Don't know why they're phones. Craig, there's clones actually being sold around the 30 quid mark as well, 25 30 quid mark. People are trying to make as much money as possible. But it's ask at your local vape shop. They'll have their contacts, in places where they normally buy from, and they should be able to get one, or they might know of another shop somewhere with one in it.
See, the thing I like about where I go to college and like where I live, I don't know about you, but Banbridge has 2 vape shops. We have the ASIC shop, and then we have Vape Magic, and by far Vape Magic along with Total Vapor are probably the only 2 stores where I'd know the people outside of the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Nathan, who's in the NI Vape group? He's the one who actually got me into the whole vaping idea. Sort of, I'd go down there with my friends at lunch or something, say they buy liquid and stuff like that there, just to go down, like have a chat. And then he said, when are you getting into like the entire whole vaping thing? And I toyed with it. I was like, oh, probably never, because wouldn't have the money for it. And he's like, well, you have a Pocket X there, you could buy that there. I was like, so as soon as he said that there, went home, went straight on to Amazon, got a 50 watt box mod, came with a tank, and got Pink Lemonade by Element, which, looking back, I probably should never have vaped Element juice, because I just, it killed coils like flat out, because of the high sugar content of the juice I was using. But anytime now I look for a brand new mod, I'll either go to Total Vapor or I'll either go to Vape Magic, just because I know the quality and stuff. Like I'd go to other shops if I knew how to get to them and stuff like that. There.
That's the thing. A lot of the shops, I am toying with the idea at the minute of building a website for the page or for the channel, and on that I'm going to start marking out all the shops that that either I have went and reviewed or that are known, likes of Rude Boy shops, Titanics, Antrim E-Sig shop, shops like all the shops I got, so that people then will know where to go to. And that will help, hopefully help people find the shops that they need, and also try to avoid the shops that aren't as good. Like I know I'm not the world's best vapor, I'm not the world's best builder, but the one thing I do have in my arsenal is 30 years customer service. So I know what good customer service is like. I vaguely know what prices of things are, either online or compared shop to shop. And that's why when I go into all the different shops, that's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at it from, I'll maybe go and look at it from a new vapor's point of view. On Sunday, just for example, I was setting up, so I was getting the computer and everything else set up, and Craig was in Rude Boy behind the counter, and this woman just walked in, and I just happened to hear her saying the words, I'm looking to start her. I've never vaped before, trying to get off the smokes, and see his customer service that day, the questions that he was asking her, the style of how he was asking them the questions. That's not something that was forced. That was something that just comes natural for this guy. Yeah. And he was a builder before he started working in the vape shop. He was a builder, and I tell you what, he'd be the type of person I would have loved. I would have loved to build my house for me. VH. Essentially, I popped out Google Maps window with links to each store. In a way, yes, Steve, but with the links to the review to each shop, if I've reviewed the shop, but also if you go on to Google Maps and just type in vape store, it doesn't bring them all up. Yeah. So it's in a way, Steve, it would be essentially the same as Vape Finder's app, but with a slight difference. I wouldn't be charging shops hundreds of pounds every month just to have the store on there. I don't believe in fleecing people. I don't believe in extorting human nature, because I'm still not very happy with a certain VCR, because I wanted to buy that off him, and because it's got the battery door, if you set it down, actually opens. He wouldn't take any money for it, and I wasn't very happy with him. I'm still not very happy with him because he wouldn't take any money for it. He runs a business, and we're not out to, everybody's out to make money. But you have to do what you can to try and help people for free, and if it's helping people get off the smokes, then great. And I think a lot more needs to be done in regards to vaping. Now, on Saturday morning, I happened to go past where they play football just around the corner from me, Saturday morning football, and seen some of the team arrive smoking before the match. What sort of example is that given to kids? And I don't agree with this under 18 vaping, no vaping rule at all. If there's zero nick in it, why not? Or how many kids do you know under the age of 18 that vape?
I know loads of ones who are 15 years of age.
It's not vape, smoke. Sorry, smoke.
Oh, because I coach rugby, I see a lot of them, and because I'm a rugby coach and because I've been there, done that, I sometimes feel a wee bit like I know I have a duty of care of them, but like I also feel the need to like go and tell them, you know, like you're a decent rugby player, like you have a future ahead of you. Why are you ruining it right now by smoking that cigarette?
Yeah.
Because I didn't have anybody like that there saying that to me. I basically had to take it in my own hands. I had to look at myself. I was like, can I afford to do this? No. Will it screw my rugby career up? Yes. So I had to make a conscious decision there and then. But the thing is, with so many younger people like smoking, it's all on like the social media platforms where you see all these massive celebrities chilling out with cigars and all in their mouth and like smoking cigarettes and stuff. So like, I feel like celebrities and athletes also have to do their bit, but at the same time, I think you have to see celebrities get a lot more. I know they have a bigger reach, and I feel like they should be doing a lot more, because I know personally one rugby player, I don't want to mention his name because he's genuinely like he's a top lad, and he found out he had a family friend and their son started smoking and stuff, and basically went to him, bought him a brand new like e-cig and all, and was like, if I ever see you with a cigarette in your mouth, I'll break your neck. If I see you without that ever, I'll break your neck. Just use that there, and like, it's crazy how you know, how nice athletes can be to, you know, people who are the next generation of the next big thing. It's amazing. At the same time, I wish more had been done when I was around though. Is this more of the stuff they sent you, or is it just all the stuff?
That's the strawberry crisp. That review and that review will be coming up very shortly. That's the purple watermelon, strawberry crisp and purple watermelon. And I picked up this at the weekend, which is the Yorkshire Vapor, and it's custard cream. I thought I just left the strawberry cheesecake, but I didn't. The custard cream and also butterscotch custard. Not as good as Titanic's butterscotch custard, I must. Part of it, I think, is down to young folk who don't think what harm it could eventually do. I know I didn't. Exactly, Village. You know, whenever you're... Yes, you hear people talking about, oh, smoking causes this, smoking causes that, smoking causes the other. Sometimes you hear it. When you're younger, you don't listen to things like that. You also don't listen, you know, whenever you first take that cigarette, yes, it's... but we still persist. The first cigarette makes us cough. If you look at it, every smoker out there went through that phase of smoking, absolutely coughing your guts up from it, to smoking too much to make you feel sick. But yeah, if you hand somebody an e-cig and they go like that, I'm not doing that, that's horrible. But they don't think back to when they started smoking. Mind you, if celebs were to contribute, they would do it via the route of social media and videos. Downside is that would breach TPR rules. Steve, do you really worry about? Does anybody really worry about TPR rules? How long have they been enforced now? Nearly a year. Has anybody been done for it yet? Has there been a court case under the TPR rules? Has there been a shop closed down under the rules yet?
None.
it's, to me, it's the first stages in the government wanting to get their claws into loads of money going on to it. You know, the government's seeing how much money is being made in the vaping scene.
Oh yeah.
And they're waiting to get their claws into it the same way, and it'll be in their budget. Instead of smoking going up £1 or beer going up £1, vaping taxes will go up £1.
So that's why most people will start homebrewing, and I can't wait for that there, because see, as soon as like the homebrewers like start making more and more liquid, it'll be cheaper to buy off homebrewers and stuff like that there, in comparison to like trying to walk into like a shop and buying like a wee small bottle. A small bottle now is what, £3-4? Like a wee 10ml bottle.
Yeah, I don't buy small bottles. If I'm buying a juice, I buy the 100ml bottle. And totally agreed. I know you probably can't see this, but VH Review said, "Tell you what, must have seen Matt Damon talk about water at least 1,000 times in the last week. If they're allowed to advertise the GAT, it would make a massive impact."
Oh yeah.
Craig says TRPR is just another way of them scaremongering. It is, Craig. And Steve, I totally agree with you. You know, you think about water's free in a way. We live in an island, but it's one of our most expensive. Well, it's not here, over in mainland England especially. It's one of the most expensive commodities. You know, the water rates they have to pay and everything else, and it's all about, oh, you have to use less water. But if we all use less water, then there'd be no need for the water recycling, and it scares me the way the countries are going and what they're looking at. It's, yes, out in Africa and everything else, water is a very scarce commodity. But you know, I saw something on Facebook the other day. It was just one of these funny meme things somebody put up, and an advert for water saying, you know, £2 a day will supply a complete village with water, or £2 a week or whatever will supply a complete village with water. And the guy's going, well then why am I paying 2,000 a year for water? Good evening, Conway. Glad you could make it, sir. How are you this evening? Philip is a shop / distributor over in Wales. So we've got Wales, we've got Scotland, we've got England, we've got Northern Ireland. Yeah, I've got many from Northern Ireland in this evening. But it's, I would love to see the day of them showing a Man United match, 7 inches of snow. And how did it, Philip, I won't ask how you measured that. No, you're okay. I'd love to see the day that, you know, televised match coming from Old Trafford with smoke or purge mods down those billboards at the side.
Yeah. Remember the chat about the smoke Super Bowl trophy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think as soon as this TPD law goes back in, they'll look at it and then they'll literally say, right, how can we exploit this? How can we make money out of this?
Yeah, that's the way.
And then that'll push more people back to cigarettes, so then they can reinforce TPD law.
Yeah, and it's you know, the amount of things that's got alcohol advertising out there.
Oh yeah.
You know, from motorbikes. Here, St. Joe. I'd love to see the Vape NI Lounge banner blazing down the side of Old Trafford, and I wish I still worked at Orange at times, because I used to deal with the ones who actually sell the advertising. You know, for all those hoardings down the side.
Yep.
You would think at matches that it'd be up to, say, Old Trafford to arrange the hoardings. It actually wasn't. It was a company that did it across all the Premiership grounds, and I knew the managing director. either way, Village, whether they're from the UK or not, they'll still be enforceable with the UK rules. Steve, that bit, looking at that, and celebs mentioning it, they're not actually endorsing it. There's a slight difference to endorsing a product and recommending a product. They're two different. They're two entirely different ways to look at it. But I suppose, you know, and somebody's going to be a good chance speaking to Chris from Empire will be a good way to get, because they say he is a reviewer and a shop owner. So it's going to be good to get it from that aspect of things, from both the reviewing point of view and also from the shop owning point of view.
Sort of like getting word from the horse's mouth, in a way.
Yeah, because he did a big video there because of Vape Around magazine, which is a big business-to-business magazine, running a story on a tobacco, well, not a tobacco product, but the heat not burn product. And I'm not going to mention the name of it to give it. But, you know, it's one of those, I'm on the stance of, yes, it wasn't a vaping product, but it's not, it could be as bad as smoking. Craig, shush. But it's still not smoking as such. And also, yes, maybe the way they ran the article was a wee bit like an advert and everything else, and giving it a 2-page advertisement. But it's still an alternative to smoking. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what vaping is an alternative to smoking. And we can't get sort of uppers on backsides and going, vaping is the only way to quit smoking. Anything that gets somebody else smoking.
Oh, I have the perfect person like pictured in my mind who could be like, who if somebody edited it in such a way would be so good, but I'll tell you like off air, because I think you know who I'm thinking of. No, it'd be very, very funny to see somebody make a meme out of a really, really good speech he made about saying the word never.
Oh yeah.
Never. Yeah.
Never.
Let's pick up another cigarette.
Yeah, but then we go back and pick up the cigarettes again.
Yeah.
Because somebody said these, you can be the number one. But we digress. So, as Craig has put in there, flaps, possibly meaning piss flaps, which draws us to the end of the show this evening. I would like to thank every single person that joined us in chat this evening. Any more slip-ups in your review? Any more slip-ups on your YouTube tonight? Conway, tell us more. It even says in the refill box that this tobacco product damages health and is addictive. Yeah, it does, Craig. And it's sold as a tobacco product as well. So thank you very much, Benjamin. It says on your, as the full title, it says on your chat. I will do, Conway, and say thank you for all the chatters for joining us in the chat tonight. And don't forget to tune in on Saturday. There may be at some stage that there may not be somebody chatting on camera, but I'm probably going to try and keep the stream going live, just so you can see the comings and goings of the shop and everything else. And then on Sunday, say we've got the Sunday Vape Lounge with myself and Vapor Bunny and a special guest from Chris from Empire Vape Company. And then next Wednesday, we'll be back here again, and I will hopefully have had more time to do a little bit more research myself into more vaping and sport related stories. And don't forget, guys, you can always ask anybody any question at any time. And if anybody out there is wanting to potentially start up to cast, by all means, drop me a line and we can see what availability there is and get you on screen. Do you want to say good night then?
Good night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and catch us next week.
So, take care for now, folks. Cheerio, bye.